a player I know Miami is interested in, and this is the transfer portal wide receiver I believe Miami has the best opportunity at right now, the best chance to land is, we talked about him on yesterday's episode if you missed it, but Xzavier Henderson, Hendo, from the University of Florida. He just hit the transfer portal out of UF a couple of days ago. He's a Miami Columbus grad, as is like half of Miami's staff, right? Cristobal, Mirabal, Alonzo Highsmith, all the Columbus crew, the Columbus Mafia. And also, there's a connection on Miami's roster. Henry Parrish is a Columbus grad, and I've heard that he and Henderson actually know each other a little bit pretty well. They have a good relationship, so that could be another thing that pulls Henderson towards Miami. He started 11 games at receiver for Florida last year, and it's not just me talking about this. Miami is considered the favorite to land Henderson in the transfer portal. So as far as where he would stand, okay, he's not an automatic starter here. Like, I don't want anyone to think that I'm proclaiming Xzavier Henderson would come in and get 1,000 receiving yards next year and break, like Charleston Rambo's records from a few years ago. I don't necessarily think he makes that much of an impact, but I think he's someone who can definitely compete to try to grab a starting job. Very good depth option. And I think he raises the floor considerably of your receiving core if you can land him. So, again, I don't think he's automatically taken a starting job away from Jacoby George or Colby Young, who are both doing pretty well, but I think he can compete there and can compete to get significant playing time. Xzavier Henderson, 6'3.5", about 185 pounds. He was Florida's third leading receiver last year, 410 yards, 2 touchdowns scored, had just under 11 yards per grab. But keep in mind, I know a lot of people look at that. I think it was 10.8 yards per catch. And some people say, oh, well, he's not fast then. 10.8 yards per grab, possession guy. You also got to remember Florida's passing game last year was not exactly vertical. And I think that was one of the reasons why Hendo was a little bit frustrated. I think he wants to find a more stable quarterback situation. I think Miami can offer that this year since Tyler Van Dyke is sticking around after that little rumor mill that we had last week. And, Miami definitely, there is a desire to go more vertical in the passing game than they did last year. So I think Miami has a shot with him. He's got 2 years of eligibility left, but I think his plan is to try and put up good numbers 1 year and then try to get to the NFL. So whether it's 1 or 2 years, I think he could be a good option.